Alright guys, day 5. Make sure you have lesson 3 out, please. Let's go ahead and look at the opening exercise. It says multiply these polynomials using the tabular method. This is something that we used on lesson 2. So tabular method looks like this. Go ahead and draw your box. We're going to split it up here. And I have x squared, 5x, and 1. And then I have 2x and 5. We're going to go ahead and multiply those. X squared times 2x is 2x squared, or 2x cubed. 5x times 2x is 10x squared. 1 times 2x is 2x. X squared times 5 is 5x squared. 5x times 5 is 25x. And then 1 times 5 is 5. Go ahead and combine your like terms. You get 5. 25x plus 2x is 27x. 5x squared and 10x squared is 15x squared. And then 2x cubed. So the product would be 2x cubed plus 15x squared plus 27x plus 5. How can you use the expression in part A to quickly multiply 25 times 151? Well, you can let x equal 10, alright, and then figure out the product. Okay, so if I let x equal 10, that would be 2 times 10 cubed plus 15 times 10 squared plus 27 times 10 plus 5. So I end up with 2 times 1,000, which is 2,000, plus 15 times 100, which is 1,500, plus 27 times 10 is 270, plus 5, and that gives me a total of 3,775. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to talk about division today. Alright, so think about the connections of division and multiplication. Alright, think about what you know. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 divided by 5 is 5. How can a multiplication problem be rewritten as a division problem? So for example, if I look at 25 times 151 is 3,775, how can I rewrite that as a division problem? Well, I could rewrite it as 3,775 divided by 25 gives me 151, or I could do 3,775 divided by 151 would give me 25. So how can you rewrite our problem at the top as a division problem? Well, I could rewrite it 2x cubed plus 15x squared plus 27x plus 5 divided by 2x plus 5, or divided by x squared plus 5x plus 1. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to look at the reverse tabular method. Alright, and that is, how do we do division of polynomials? Notice it looks very similar, our tabular method here. Alright, so think about how we multiplied. We multiplied something times something to get our answer. So that answer ended up out here when I multiplied. So that answer has to end up out here when we do our division. Alright, so here is our answer. 2x cubed, that's going to have to come from here. 15x squared is going to have to come from here. 27x is going to have to come from here. And 5 is going to have to come from here. All right, so we're simply now trying to fill in what we know. So here's our answer. What did we divide by? We're dividing by 2x plus 5. All right. So 2x plus 5. I'm dividing that. Now I'm simply doing the process of division. 2x cubed divided by 2x. Well, let's look at this. In order to get 2x cubed here, that's what I've got to have in this box. 15x, I'm not sure how to get 15 here. And I know this is going to be 5 when I add those together. I can't figure out my middle just yet. So I need to look at this and say, okay, 2x cubed divided by 2x. Well, 2 divided by 2 is 1. And x cubed divided by x is x squared. So now I can fill in this part. 1x squared times 5 is 5x squared. So that means that I've got to have 10x squared here. 10x plus 5x is 15x squared. Okay? So now I can say, okay, 10 divided by 2 is 5. X squared divided by x is x. So now I can fill in my missing box here. 5x times 5 is 25x. Now I need to have 27x. So that means this should be 2x. 2 divided by 2 is 1. X divided by x is 1. So, look at this, guys. Is that the same answer that I have there? It is. Describe the process you use to determine your answer in exercise 1. It's very similar to just like this regular division, guys. All right? It's just like regular division. All right. Let's look at 3. Reverse the tabular method of multiplication to find the quotient 2x squared plus x minus 10. All right, so let's look at this. 2x squared has to come from this diagonal here. So we know that's going to be 2x squared. Negative 10 has to come from this area, so we know that's going to be negative 10. All right, so let's divide. 2x squared divided by x. Well, 2 divided by 1 is 2. And x squared divided by x is x. All right, so I can multiply 2x times negative 2, and that's negative 4x. All right. Then I can look at this and I can go here and say, okay, negative 10 divided by negative 2 is 5. So then 5 times x is 5x. Does that give me 1x? It does. So my answer for this problem would be 2x minus 5. Test your conjectures, create your own table, and use the reverse tabular method to find the quotient. All right, so let's look at this. And I've got to be really careful how I draw my box. All right, so I have to have x to the 4th. All right, I'm going to have 4x cubed here. Okay, I'm going to have have 3x squared here. Then I'm going to have my diagonals that will give me 4x. And I will have to have my diagonals that will give me 2. Alright, so I've got x squared, I'm dividing by x squared plus 1. The thing about it is, remember I told you I've got to have that 0x. Alright, so let's fill in what we know. We know this is going to be x to the 4th. And we know this is going to be 2. So I can start x to the 4th divided by x squared is x squared. X squared times 0x gives me 0x cubed. X squared times 1 is x squared. Alright, I can come over here and do this one. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times 0x is 0x. Alright, so I know I have to have 4x here, because 4 plus 0 is 4. So what 4 divided by 1, or 4x divided by 1, is 4x. And then I can fill in. So I get 4x cubed and 0x squared. So my answer here is x squared plus 4x plus 2. I'd like for you to do the last 2 problems for homework, and then I will have you make sure you turn that packet back in, and then I'll give you credit for that. So these 2 problems are on your own.